Hi, I'm Mark Feader, leader of Saskatchewan operations for BFL Canada. A local office manager reached out to me last week and asked, Mark, what's Directors and Officers Liability and why should my firm consider it? It's a great question and one that comes up quite often, so I thought I'd come on here and answer some questions. First, Directors and Officers Insurance offers liability protection to corporate managers and the board of directors of a firm in the event that a claim is brought against them for actions or decisions made in the course and in the scope of their regular business duties. Companies purchase Directors and Officers Liability policies because, quite simply, managers can make mistakes. Directors and Officers Liability offers financial protection for managers against the consequences of actual or alleged wrongful acts. Policies cover the personal liability of company directors, but also the reimbursement of the corporate entity itself in case it has paid a claim to a third party on behalf of its company managers or directors in order to protect them. There are many reasons why a company should purchase Directors and Officers Liability coverage. In my opinion, here are the top 5 reasons why a company should look into buying D&O coverage if you do not already do so. The first reason on my list of why your company should look into purchasing Directors and Officers Liability coverage is because corporate directors' personal assets are at risk. If a director is accused of breach of duty, they are personally liable to defend that claim. If your company does not have adequate Directors and Officers Liability coverage, their personal assets are at risk. The second reason why I believe Directors and Officers Liability coverage is so vital to a corporation is because investors can sue your board of directors and corporate management. If investors feel like the value of their shares have dropped as a result of alleged mismanagement or poor decisions made by the board of directors and corporate management, they can seek compensation via the courts. The third reason I believe your company should look into Directors and Officers Liability insurance is due to employment practices liability coverage. Most modern D&O policies contain coverage for employment practices liability. In an increasingly litigious society, having coverage for such claims as discrimination, wrongful termination, or sexual harassment is very important, as settlements have risen quite drastically over the past few years. The fourth reason I believe that your company should look into Directors and Officers Liability coverage is because defending a claim can be costly. Legal costs for defending directors and officers' claims can run into the tens of thousands of dollars, if not more. Rounding out my top 5 reasons why your company should consider Directors and Officers Liability is that it helps attract and retain top talent to your company's board of directors and corporate management team. A potential director may be put off by the fact that your company does not have Directors and Officers Liability coverage in place, as they might not feel that they'll be adequately protected in the event that a wrongful act claim is made against the board or them as an individual. These are just 5 of the many reasons why your company should consider Directors and Officers Liability insurance. If you have further D&O questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me via the comments section below or send me a direct message and I'll be happy to respond to you. Furthermore, if you have other ideas for further video topics, I'm happy to hear. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you.